All right, happy October. Let's talk about some horror. Today, the topic is should there be more versus movies and what we got from the ones we got. As everybody knows, in 2003, we got Freddy versus Jason. A movie that fans were waiting on a long time. They set it up and Jason goes to hell at the end of the movie. Freddy's claw comes up from the ground and pulls Jason's mask down to hell. And with the way they ended, people are waiting for a sequel. We're probably never going to get one. Robert Englund's too old. And Jason actually just got his own universe now. He's no longer caught up in legal issues, but the movie's not going to happen. But if we were to get more versus movies, who should they be? I got it. Let me break it down, and I need you to hear me out, free freak. I would have liked to see something with Jason and Chucky, but listen, I got reasons. I know you think Jason's a big brute and Chucky's a doll. Don't really work. Listen, though. First things first, where's Camp Crystal Lake? Where's that at? New Jersey, okay? Then you think, okay, what else is in New Jersey? Hackensack, where Charles Lee Ray, Chucky, originates from. So you have both of these things happening in the same state. I feel like we already should have got some type of reference, even in comedically, like in Bride of Chucky or something, just referencing the deformed guy who killed a bunch of people at a lake, okay? Something slight, right? But they both take place in the same state. Now, how can this work? Mind you, Jason is undead, okay? Everybody knows that, at least after part 6, right? Zombie, whatever. Hear me out. And Jason goes to hell, right? They found the Necronomicon from the Evil Dead franchise in his mother's house. The director already confirmed it was intentional. It was a direct link between the two universes. So automatically, everybody's already, okay, Freddy versus Ash, or Jason versus Ash. It's supposed to be a three-way. I believe they did a comic book. But that's not what I'm getting at. The Necronomicon book, right, calls upon demons to possess corpses. This gives them supernatural abilities. They're undead, right, deadites, but it's still a possession ritual. Key word, possession, right? Okay, what about it? Well, you know who else runs with the possession? That boy Charles. Everybody who's a fan of Chucky knows he uses voodoo to transfer his soul into the good guy doll, specifically in the first film. It's a spell from the Damballa faith to transfer his soul into anything he likes before death. And the chant to Damballa, Ade Duwe Damballa, give me the power I beg of you, right? To the god who governs death, life, and serpents, right? It's a chant, but it's still a possession ritual, right? Possession, that's the key word for both of them. They're both possessed by something. So whether it's the god of Damballa, right, giving Chucky the power to possess the doll, or the Necronomicon giving power for Jason to become possessed by the demons, both are hijacks between life and death, right? Both forbidden knowledge, possession rituals. Now, be that as you may, they both take place in New Jersey. They both have something to do with some type of weird voodoo, spiritual magic, possession. I just feel like there's a fun story to tell. I'm not saying it's super compelling or, something you're going to be like this at the TV screen just locked in. But it's just a good time. It's just a good time. There's something you could do there. I'm not holding you. Now, I know everybody's sick of Jason being the puppet, the way Freddy controlled him in Freddy vs. Jason. But Chucky could do something similar. And I just feel like they can make it so much more fun. It's something I'd like to see. Maybe it's a hot take, but I think I got the schematics, right? Now, here's the next one. Michael Myers, right, from Halloween, and the grabber from the black phone. Now, this might be controversial, especially if you haven't seen the second film. But again, let me break it down. Now, would this movie work with the grabber from the first black phone movie? No, I'll be honest with you. No, it wouldn't. So spoiler alert, right? If you haven't been in theaters yet, spoiler alert, skip ahead a few seconds, right? 1, 2, 3. Okay, the grabber in the next Black Phone movie, Black Phone 2, currently in theaters, he has supernatural powers. He's almost something like Freddy Krueger, okay? Which makes it a lot more interesting. So you think the grabber goes after kids, okay? How can we make that, orchestrate that with Michael Myers? What if one of the kids he grabbed was Jamie Lloyd, okay? And I know it's, there's already been so many timelines and universes for Halloween. But what's one more for the fun of the crossover? What's one more, right? Fuck it. So you have the grabber, right? Take Jamie Lloyd. He has no idea Jamie has anything to do with Michael. He just sees a little girl. He takes kids. He takes her, right? Now, if we want to do this, right, we're going to have to take the Cult of Thorn, okay? We're going to have to orchestrate that into the story. Now, in the sequel timeline, everybody should have seen it. The Cult of Thorn is a cult going back to ancient history. And they sacrifice someone, right? They pick a family, they take a newborn baby, give them the mark of thorn, okay? This person becomes the true embodiment of evil. Not a person, the true embodiment of evil to sacrifice his family. So you have Michael, who's the true embodiment of evil on a spiritual level, like really, right? He doesn't even need to know. He doesn't need to investigate. He doesn't need nothing. He could feel it. He could smell it. He could taste it. The second something's happening to Jamie, he could feel that, right? Now it's like, okay, if he's supposed to sacrifice his family or kill his family, right, why would he care? But let's just say there's some type of strict rule, right? Michael has to be the one to kill them, or else the sacrifice is nothing. The cult's gonna burn the whole thing, right? It has to be him. So he can't let the grabber go through with this, right? Then you have the grabber, okay? Somebody very interesting, very possessive, right? We seen in the first film. Now, the grabber in the second movie is essentially just like a little tweaked like Freddy Krueger. So think of it like that, right? For in terms of like action sequences. And it's fun. It's just fun. That's the whole point of these movies. You're not getting like 5-star, That's not the case. It's just all in fun. So I just feel like you have action sequences similar to as it would be Michael versus Freddy Krueger. You have the grabber, okay? It was a lot different as far as like personality traits go. He's very possessive of Jamie, right? But Michael needs Jamie. Now Jamie's in the room, right? And confused about what's going on, and these two people are just fighting. You have the grabber just morphing, warping through time. Michael and his brute self. It's dude, tell me that's not fire. Especially because if we were to get versus movies, you want something new, right? I mean, granted, I'm sure everybody would love to see Freddy vs. Jason 2 or Freddy vs. Jason vs. Ash, but we have so many new modern characters becoming icons now, like the Grabber and Art the Clown, etc. So I just feel like Michael, right, who's a timeless icon, okay? The dude gets like a movie every decade. He's not going nowhere. He's like, you talk about the big three, he's like the one of the big three. Like he's that guy, right? So you have him, right, the biggest horror icon of all time, versus a newer person, right, becoming an icon. It's his second movie. He already has like a skin in Fortnite and everything. Like, I think the Black Phone is going to do something special with him. But why not have them face off? And I just feel like you just tweak the timelines a little bit, add a new one, standalone story, right? Different Jamie Lloyd, different thing, but you still have the Cult of Thorn possessing Michael, right? He has no choice. He has no choice. You'd think he'd let it happen, but he can't. He has to walk through fire. He can't let the grabber do it. He can't do it. Now, the grabber's possessive, right? And I feel like it's going to intrigue him on like a predator, like a game, like a game. It's going to intrigue him. Like Michael wants him so bad, it's going to kind of intrigue him. And I feel like the action's great. So yeah, Michael and the Grabber and Chucky and Jason, something along those lines. 2 films, crossovers versus movies I love to see. And again, I know you might have your topics on this one, but I just think it'd be a fun time. Not only is it a crossover movie of 2 of our best icons, right? You could have some type of like magic warfare. Like it just make it fun. It could be fun, right? The settings line up, everything lines up. Perfect stories. But what do you guys think about this? If you were able to pick 2 horror characters to face off or cross over with each other, who would it be? And what do you think about my ideas? Let me know down in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe. Hey, thank you for watching to the end of the video. Don't forget to hit the like button. If you guys like movie topics, news, rankings, leaks, etc., right? Hit the subscribe button, please. It'd be big support to me, and I continue to make videos like this. Thank you.